That's crazy.
It's a different planet down there.
How did I not know that this was in the world? Wow. I'm so putting this in a movie. I'm so putting this in a movie.
Diva, Albert, good morning from Las Vegas. Thank you so much for joining me today. I just am in love with this series. It's fantastic.
It's such a pleasure to be with you in Las Vegas. I feel like what we're about to talk about might be like maybe the most incredible thing I've ever been a part of.
100%. Yes.
Well, on this end too, one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. You know, it's just breathtaking. It's almost without words what you experience in this series. So, Diva, as a marine biologist, where has your expertise taken Will Smith in the world for this new series? I'm assuming the deepest, darkest depths of the ocean.
I mean, you are not wrong, right? So Will and I went to 3,000 feet deep off the Bahamas, and we went to a part of the planet that no one has been before, a part of the planet where if something goes wrong, no one is coming to help us. It is deep, it is dark, and it is cold. And understandably, Will was pretty afraid. You'll see that in the episode. Yeah.
This thing about how wild that is. Nobody's ever been there before.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a frontier. That's showing us that we live in this age of exploration, and you took Will there. It's amazing.
And there are just so many parts of our planet that we still haven't been, and there are so many parts of our planet that we still don't understand.
And Albert, how has your skills contributed to Will Smith's curiosity in the series?
My skills was that I didn't actually kill him, so I'm so glad that didn't happen. No, we went all over the place. We went through the deserts in Namibia. We were diving into some of the largest underwater lakes in the world, or underground lakes in the world, in these caves. I actually was able to get a line across, I guess maybe the most crocodile infested river in all of Africa, and then figured out how to get us both across it by rigging up a little pulley system. There was a lot of adventure going on, but what we were doing was applying really advanced camera technology to try to see things happening on this planet that are beyond our perception. You know, things like the speed of how the planet changes, the sort of rate, if you can slow it all down, makes it feel like you can actually see that the planet is constantly moving, constantly changing. Mountains are moving. And yet we take it all for granted. And I think that when we see that all, it's humbling. You know, it's really humbling. It's like a series of aha moments over and over again, but you happen to be with this super accessible, fun-loving, planet-saving, alien-killing fresh prince who's doing it in a superhuman, emotional way.
Well, you know, Diva, explorers rule. Will got to name a cliff since he's possibly the first ever to see it. Is that true?
I mean, it's a little bit more complicated like that, but yeah, Fresh Peak was what he decided to choose for that particular spot.
You know, Albert, in the age of exploration, people would think we've seen everything on the earth, but we've been everywhere, we've seen everything, but that is just not true, is it? Is there one place that's still on your bucket list to visit, or as a personal experience?
You know, I feel like every time I go out into the world, I realize that all my assumptions, I should have left them at the door. And it doesn't have to be some super exotic, wild new place. Although that has happened a lot. I feel very lucky to say that I've gone to some incredibly remote places. But I feel like even, like right in your backyard, okay, I find that my time in places like Death Valley or in the deserts of Nevada are some of the most magical, inspiring moments in my life. Really, really just taking in how even our own backyard could be a frontier. And you just got to get out there and experience it and start to really feel what this planet is all about.
I'm a Mojave Desert native, and people think the desert is dead. I say, no, it is one of the most active, alive places on the planet.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in the spring when all the little flowers come up and all the butterflies are flying through the desert. I've spent a lot of time out there, and it's a breathing, moving thing. And it's there, it's sitting silently, sort of living and existing. And a lot of times I think we forget that we're a part of that, actually. Like, we are literally a part of that. And this show, Welcome to Earth, which is now streaming on Disney Plus right now.
Plug.
There, right? Like, it actually takes us there.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And I think when you sit back and you watch it, I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I saw it last night for the first time, and I felt like I was seeing the planet for the first time. And I was in the show. And I, like, how good, like, I was like, what? This is what we made? I feel like we're just dusting our boots off, and we're starting to take in just how special this whole project really was, right?
And it is visually spectacular. It is an experience. And I mean, yeah, we went with some of the best cinematographers and some of the best technology, and it has just resulted in an absolute triumph.
And your bravery. You were diving with like 400 manta rays at one point, right? Like, what was that? That was
but I wasn't fighting killer bees, right?
Okay,
so I mean, it just
It evens out. It evens out. And Diva, I have to ask you this because you're officially a marine biologist. I'm a huge Seinfeld fan, and one of the most popular episodes is when George claims to be a marine biologist. What is that episode among marine biologists? Is it popular? Is it a fan favorite?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like that's a dream that so many people have, right? Like, I feel like most people would have been like, yeah, I want to be a marine biologist when they're a kid. And then some people take that a step too far, like in that episode. And it just is, an absolute classic amongst marine biologists. Absolutely. And it is just an absolute, privilege to be able to do that in real life, and not just pretend.
But I do think that everybody, I mean, look, the cast of explorers that is shown on this show it's diverse. I mean, we're all from different walks of life. We all come from different perspectives. And I think that what I experienced in creating this is that, everybody is an explorer.
Absolutely.
Anybody could be, an explorer. And it's really just about stepping out there and starting to look at the world with curious eyes, starting to connect to it, right? And realizing that we actually are alive in an age of exploration, alive in an age of discovery.
Well, this is an amazing series. I was right there with you, and I consider you guys heroes. You're modern day heroes and explorers. So thank you so much for contributing. What an amazing series. And I can't wait to watch the rest of it. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. And happy holidays, Nevada.
Thank you.